Welcome back to the series of lectures on microprocessor and microcontroller. Myself, Raju Kishore, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Engineering and Technology. In the last videos, we were discussed about the various instruction set like data transfer, data copy instructions, arithmetic instructions, and logical instructions. So in this video, it is again a part of instruction set only, but mostly we are going to be concentrate on the instructions like shift, rotate instructions, and other type of instruction like mission controlled branch instructions. So let's go into the So when you come for the shift and rotate type of an instruction, these instructions are used to rotate the data or shift the data within one register to another register or within the register to the memory and so on. So let's see the various types of these addressing registers or instructions, where first one is called as a SHL or SAL, which is nothing but a shift logical left or shift arithmetic left. And the second one is a shift logical right, shift arithmetic right, and come for the rotate instructions, rotate left, rotate right, and rotate left through the carry and rotate right through the carry. So the next, when we are going to see, when we have seen the logical shift and arithmetic shift, what is the difference between these two, logical shift and arithmetic shift? When we say logical shift falls a newly created a position with a 0, which means that if you see this here, a carry flag is shifted, which means that the last bit is shifted to the carry flag, and the empty bit, whatever the MSB bit, which is shifted to the bit position B6, which is filled with a 0 in case of a logical shift of operation. But in case of arithmetic shift, a newly created bit position which copy the number of in the sign bit. So which means that generally we'll call it this bit D7 is called meant for the sign bit in case of a sign numbering system. So in such scenarios, the same bit is retained there itself when I'm going to be shift logically. Okay, that is nothing but a difference between a logical and arithmetic shift. Logical shift, the last position is filled with a 0, whereas arithmetic shift, last position is retained as the same thing. So when you come for the rotate instruction, rotate right through carry, this RCR, which means that each binary bit of operand rotate towards right one position through the carry flag, and the last significant bit LSB of B0 is placed with in the carry flag, and the carry flag bit is placed in the most significant bit B15, so that it is a rotating operation. Okay, whereas shifting is nothing but shifting towards that, and the bit going to be empty or it is filled with a new data. Whereas in case of a rotate instructions, data will be rotated B1 to B15 like that, with including carry or without a carry. So if you see this example, so this is a logical rotate right instruction, which means that I want to shift this information here. Before instruction, these are the data which are presented. So carry flag is empty and bit B1 is having one bit. So after executing this particular operation, let's see the result. The carry flag, here if you see, I'll write it and show you. The carry flag, this carry flag is filled with this bit position B0, this bit is changed here like that, and the B1, whatever the 1 is changed here, and the carry bit, whatever the 0 bit, it is transferred to your B15th bit. So this wise the logical rotate right through the carry will going to be happen. Then rotate carry, rotate left through carry. Okay, rotate left. So in this particular, each binary bit of its operand is rotated towards the left by its one position, and last significant bit is operated as B0 placed with B1 and the most. So with this operation we can say that which is very similar to that of see, rotate right to the carry and rotate left to the. So if you see the example, the same thing, which is this B1 bit is positioned changed to the C1 carry flag, and the last position is filled with your 0 because it is already one position here. See, and it is positioned with filled with 0. Here it is 0, it is filled with your 1 after the execution of this particular result. So this is rotating the left and this. So here see, the last position 1 is shifted to here, and whatever the carry is present, that is given to this. So this is a rotate instruction. So when you come for the shift instructions, as we see that two type of shifting instructions, shift arithmetic and shift logical instructions, SEL or HL. So these are the operations, or these are the fields. So let's go for in-depth details. So one more thing, when we are going to be using a shift instructions, flags will also be affected because the content of the flag is shifting. Okay, whether I want to be included carry flag or not including a carry flag. So the flags will also affected. Only the auxiliary flags and overflow flags is not defined, in the sense those who are not affected. Okay. So if you see logical SHL instruction, logical left instruction, okay, which means that just this position is shifting to the left, including carry. To the carry is also taking a place, but the last bit position, whatever the position is, that is position is filled with a new 0 1. So if you see an operation type SHL memory comma immediate data 8, so the shifting operation of 8 will be taken place here to the memory. So whatever the shifting, how many times I want to be shift, it is an immediate data will given, those many times of the memory is shifted to the logically left operation. When you see a logically right operation SHR, the same thing happened. So again the left shift is bit is filled with 0 and carry. So this is an operation is going to be place, and here I am writing 1 time it is shifting and 2 time it is shifting, which means that whatever the content of DL 80 is it shifting like operation by logically right by 2 times in the second example and 1 time in the first example. So arithmetic shift, as we said that arithmetic shift is nothing but the newly empty position shifting after the empty position is filled with the same number. So that's what happened. This is the thing, logical shift operation. So it is shifting and carrying. So these are the various rotate instruction sets as we have seen that previously. So with that carry flags and what effect of the flags is going to be mentioned here. Okay, this is a rotate right, okay, without any carry interruption. Rotate right without any carry instruction, left, and so these are the examples which we have seen. So basically these rotate instructions are used to divide by a number or multiply a number. In such cases these rotate instructions can going to be used. Okay, so rotate carry with left, so it is nothing but including carry, because in the previous case we are not included a carry, but in this case we are including the carry bit is also included to rotating, which means that carry bit is also a part of an instruction. So with the carry, that bit going to be rotate. So similarly rotate right with the carry flag. Okay, so then we'll go for the string manipulation instructions. So in this type, first of the instruction is REP, is repeat instruction. Okay, this instruction executed repeatedly until the CX register became 0, because as we know that CX register is meant for the count register. If I want to go for any counting application, CX register going to be set, so that whenever I have initialize CX, when I'm using a RIP instruction, this RIP instruction, repeat instruction, going to be execute until this particular CX register becomes 0. When the CM becomes 0, the program control transfers to the next instruction. There are following type of repeat instructions are there. Repeat instruction while equal, repeat instruction while 0, repeat the instruction while not equal, repeat the instruction while not 0. So these are the different conditions which can use to use the repeat instructions. So whenever two numbers are equal, not equal, if I want to find if it is equal, this particular loop has to be repeated n times, or if my result is non-zero, until the result gets 0, the loop need to be executed. In such scenarios, these are the instructions we can able to adapt and we can write in our programming. Okay. Next thing is called as a compare string. Okay, so which means that in case of we see the compare instruction in the arithmetic instructions, so similarly compare string is an instruction which used to be compare the two string instructions. Okay, because the string is nothing but it is a group of characters. So in such cases, if I want to compare two different strings, okay, where I can go for string, and that too these are the two types are there. Whether I'm going to be compare with the byte of instruction, which means that 8-bit of a data or a 16-bit of a data, so that it will be compared. And when I'm comparing, the flags of zero flag will be affected. Okay, if a zero flag is get 0, which means that result is compared and both are equal. If it is not 0, it is compared but both strings are not equal. So that using a flag register, this compare string instruction takes a decision whether two given strings or two given characters are equal or not equal. Next we'll go for a branch instructions. When the branch instruction saying that first instruction we can say as a call instructions, so it is an unconditional branch instructions. When we call, use any call in the instruction, which means that it is not required any condition. Call, if I give a location of the stack pointer 2000, which means that it is immediately transfer the control transfer to the 2000 location and start executing from there. So only we are saying this particular instruction called as a unconditional instructions. So we have some conditional instructions also is there. In case of unconditional, we can say JMP. Okay, jump is also a one unconditional. When I say jump 2000, so that my transfer control will go to the particular 2000 location and start executing. And which means that why this instruction used to call the subroutines, and which means that if I write some two programs, in that program I have write addition of average of two persons, okay, and another program if I write an addition program, so I'll take the data from this, I'll call a subroutine called addition program, add. So whenever add is finished, again I'll go here and I'll find an average, again I'll repeat the loop. So whenever how many times I want to be execute in such scenarios, this call instruction going to be used. So as I said that unconditional jump instructions, which means that these jump instructions will not require any condition. When the name and address is this indicated, it is going to the current particular location. That may be an 8-bit or a 16-bit with a displacement or an IP addresses. So this is also one of an unconditional branch instruction which works as similar of a call instructions. So and these are the some conditional instructions, which means that JA is nothing but if jump above, if my result is previous thing is checked and if it is result is above of the two numbers, it will go for this jump equal, below, jump equal, carry, jump not carry. So these are the some conditionals based on the previous status of your instruction, if that particular condition, because if I write a program to arrange two numbers as are in ascending or descending, so where I want to compare two numbers, whether first number is larger or a second number is larger. So if it is first number is larger, I'll use a carry. So when I'm subtracting using JC jump carry instruction, which means that whenever have subtracting two numbers, what will happen if the first number is larger than the second number? Definitely no carry will be there. So that loop will continuous. If carry presented, it will come out of the loop. So like that these instructions are used for such type of instruction. When the depends upon the requirement, I need to be choose the corresponding instructions and the following flags going to be affected here. So then flag manipulation instructions, these are used to, because already I said that flags register having a 5 status flags which will be automatically updated after the given arithmetic instruction is executed or any logical instruction executed, that carry flags going to be affected. So in case if I want to change the condition of that flag, so these flag manipulation instructions are used to set or reset the corresponding flags. So where CMC is nothing but to complement the flag. Okay, so CF flag is 1, or 0, invert the flag. If flag is 0, it will going to be 1, which means that this CMC is going to be complement the corresponding flag, that may be a 0 flag, sign flag, auxiliary flag, parity flag, or other flags. So set the carry flag, which means that this particular, because in previously we have clear the carry flag we are used, in here we're going to be use a set carry flag. So if I want to set any particular bit, sign bit I want to be set, so I go for using set position of particular carry flag, set carry flag I am going to be use. So next one is clear interrupt flag. So this is particularly whenever any interrupt occurred, because this is a conditional flag. Whenever any interrupt occurs while I am executing my program, this particular flag going to be affected. Once it is affected, if I want to reset, so I am use the command called CLI, which means that this particular instruction will reset the or clears the interrupt flag. Okay, then clear the direction flag. So this is again used to do the same thing. It will be clears the direction of that particular flag. So then if you come for the mission control instruction, so what is this mission control? So these instructions are a single byte instructions which doesn't require any additional support or any additional operands. When I say halt, which is known as the processor to be stable doing nothing, or nothing will be do, it will be in ideal condition. So this is one instruction. When the halt instruction will causes 8086 to stop fetching and executing the instructions, then 8086 will enter into the halt state. So the only way to get the processor out of the halt state with an interrupt signal or INTR pin, interrupt signal or NMI pin, or reset signal or reset pin. So these are the different pins makes your system to come out of from your halt condition, whether I need to be generate any interrupt to that, or I want to be generate any high priority interrupt to pin number 19 or 18, or if I reset my system, the system comes out of from this halt position. Okay, next one is no operation. Okay, it tells that whether there will be no operation is performed. This is get when I'm executing my program, okay, in MASM or tool, so that I found this automatically generated mission control instruction. Your program is ended, there is no codes after this. 1-2 times this particular instruction will be executed. After that default values are stored in your data or a segments or a memory location will going to be referred. So this instruction simply takes up the 3 clock signals, does not processing. After this it will be execute the next instructions. So that's what I'm saying. 1 to 2 clock period it will be wait for in that no operation state. After that it will start executing the next instructions. And escape instructions. Okay, whenever this instruction execute, the processor does NOP or access the data from the coprocessors. So this instruction passes the information to 8087 math processor or 6 bits of EX. Okay, EXC instruction provides and opcode to the prop. So this particular instruction will be instruction byte of a coprocessor also pick up the bytes and puts in the queue. The coprocessor will treat normal 8086 instruction as an no operation. Floating point instructions are executed by 8087 and during the 8086 will be in wait state. So then lock instruction, this is a prefix of an instruction, which means that if I want to lock the particular instruction, this I need to be used as a prefix, like a prefix to that particular instruction. This prefix makes sure that during execution of the instruction, control of system bus is not taken by the other processor. The lock prefix will ensure that the middle of an instruction system bus not taken by the other processor. This is achieved by hardware signal lock available on the CPU pin. This signal will be made active during the instruction and it is used by the bus control logic to prevent the other from taking the buses. So whenever I want to be use the particular data bus not to given to the coprocessor or an arithmetic processor, so I want to use my data bus in my processor in a particular processor or a particular operation or a particular program, this lock instruction need to be used as a prefix to that particular program, so that until the program executes, this will be all the system buses will be in So once the instruction is completed, the lock signal becomes inactive and the microprocessor can take the system buses. So the wait instruction, this also takes 8086 in ideal condition. The CPU will not do any processing during this, and it will continue the ideal state until the text pin of 8086 become low or an interrupt signal is received by INTR and MNMI pin. On valid interrupt, ISR executed and the processor enters into the ideal state again. So thank you. So in the next class, we are going to be see the basic writing, how to write a basic program in 8086, what is a tool we are going to be used, what is an assembler directives. Until then, happy reading. Thank you very much.